Let's go game hunting.
Mort. Hey, Mort. 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 Hey, Mort. Go, Mort.
Welcome to Mort's Garage. I'm Mort. This is the garage. Come with me as we walk through the aisles of the different swap meets, of OfferUp, of retail stores, and look for all this junk. Xbox 360 games are everywhere at the swap meet. I always see the same games kind of every weekend, usually your Call of Duties and your Maddens and etc, etc. But here's a couple I don't see very often and I decided to grab them. Game number 1 is Ninja Gaiden, Ninja Gaiden, Ninja Goyard, Ninja Slasher, Ninja Sloosher, Ninja
Not gonna work here anymore anyway.
Complete copy of the game in lovely condition. Supposedly, this game is insanely difficult, as is sort of the tradition for the Ninja Gaiden, the Ninja Guy games. But I feel like after From Software started releasing games, people stopped using the phrase difficult and Ninja Gaiden in the same sentence. I think From Software took that crown from them. I'd love to see another entry in this series that kind of reimagine things from the ground up. I wonder what they could do on the PS5 or the Xbox. And here's a game that I haven't seen very much at really any swap meet. This is Golden Axe Beast Rider for the Xbox 360. Now, when this game came out, it was thrashed by critics. It effectively, I think, killed any more reboots or anything for the series, even though the original 16-bit era games are total classics. This version of the game is a completely reimagined version where you ride on beasts, I gather from the title. It's interesting to see people approaching this game now, particularly with their expectations maybe not as high. I'm curious if this is any good. I'm guessing it's horrible. These games cost me $15 for both of them.
These.
Oh, the little toys? I don't really collect toys.
No? Okay.
No, but there's a lot of people here who do.
Okay.
If you put this kind of thing out so people can see that it's got him on it, people will probably come check out what you've got.
Okay.
I would keep that visible. Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you. I walk by another booth that has loads and loads of games out at the table. There's sealed VHS, some PC games, books, guides, games for a lot of different generations, even some controllers. I'm going to dig through and hopefully pull out a couple of gems to take home with me. First thing I grabbed was a couple of guides. Pokemon Ranger Shadows of Alma. And while I'm not a huge guide guy in general, I can't say no to a Zelda guide. Anything Zelda that's official from the era, not like reprinted or reproduced or sort of fan-made stuff, I'm usually gonna take a crack at it and try and grab it and add it to my collection just as a big Zelda fan. He also had a PS3 controller that looked to be in pretty good shape. And then I started digging through the games. New Super Mario Bros. Wii was in the pile. Unfortunately, the disc was in really rough shape, so I decided to pass on that. But I still grabbed a couple of games anyways. Naruto, Ultimate Ninja 3 on the PS2, and I love the BioShock series. BioShock 1 and BioShock 2 are great games. BioShock 3, I didn't love it quite as much as these two. BioShock 1 I thought told the better story, whereas BioShock 2 felt like it was more fun to play. The remastered versions of this series on the PS4 and Xbox One are the ways to play it. It's hard to sort of describe just how great a job they did at building this world of the city of Rapture. A beautifully made game, a wonderfully fun game to play, scary but not jump scare, horror scary, just very kind of tense and constant moodiness and tension with some horror elements. But man, is it a good game. So how much you want for the controller? So initially he wanted $25 for that controller. I say the best I can do is 10. He goes, okay. Games were 15 for both, and the manuals are 5 each, or the strategy guides are 5 each. So for a grand total of $35, I walked away with this little lot. I don't normally pick up the strategy guides for much, but for Zelda, I really wanted it. And for the Pokemon, $5, worst case, I'll resell it. So let's see what they got over here though. So as I turn the corner at the back of the swap meet, I notice a vendor unloading his vehicle, and out from his truck, a Platinum GameCube. It's in pretty beat up shape. There's no controller or cables with it, but it does have, is that right side up? No, that is. The Animal Crossing memory card. These came bundled with the Animal Crossing game on the Nintendo GameCube. You always gotta check what's in the console. Sometimes there's a game, and in fact, in this case, there was. The Legend of Zelda Wind Waker for the Nintendo GameCube was in the console. How much for this? How much?
65. With the game.
Does it have the controllers and stuff too? No, it's just the console and the game? Okay. 65 is a lot for this since it doesn't have everything with it, but GameCubes are typically reliable. The Wind Waker game has a high amount of value. The memory card's got some value to it as well. And then he brings out some more items as well. First thing he has is a couple of these PS3 controllers. I'm finding these everywhere right now, thankfully, which is interesting because I really needed some a while ago and couldn't find any. Glad I could tell you that story.
You keep talking like it's something that I may be interested in, but I'm not.
And he also brings out a super clean copy of Metal Gear Solid HD Collection for the PS3. There is a version of this that comes with an art book all together for the controllers, the game, the GameCube, and the Wind Waker. $90. Hey, $10 for everything? Is that cool, bro?
Yeah, for sure. Take whatever you want.
Oh, sweet. Good.
Get whatever you want from here.
One of the things that I love about the swap meet is the people that I meet along the way.
You haven't had anything cool for me in a while. Just your presence is cool, though.
But I'll get you for sure. I promise. I'll get you something. It's just, you know.
Brian's always snaking it.
Ryan here, this guy, he's an early bird. He wakes up, he's waiting for me already.
What time you normally get here, Brian?
I'm here at 6. He's here at 5:30.
Yeah, 5:30 usually?
That was a productive first lap. I'm feeling great. That GameCube, I did pay a little more than I wanted to, I mean, especially if the GameCube's broken, but guy gave me a great deal. $60 for a GameCube and Wind Waker. That disc is super clean. And then he had these 2 PS3 controllers and Metal Gear Solid HD. It's my second weekend in a row finding it, which is weird. Let's see what else they got. I'm feeling pretty good. Always got to dig through Michael's booth. You never know what you're going to find, and today I found something. Armored Core 4 for the PlayStation 3. This is a Sega published title. Look, I've tried to get into the Armored Core series, to different mech games, and they've just never taken for me. I need something a little more fast paced. But for people who love this series, supposedly this is a pretty solid game and a solid entry in the Armored Core series.
Alright, you saying he hold on to that? Mm-hmm. Change for 20?
Yeah. Thank you as always, sir, for the great deals at your booth.
Morning.
Hey, how you doing?
Good, how are you?
Okay, thank you.
So check this out. This guy's got a bunch of Nintendo Switch games out at his booth, and a bunch of Nintendo Switch controllers and accessories.
What do you want on your Switch games?
Huh? $40.
New.
He wants $40 for each game, which is a little bit more than I want to spend today on those. But these controllers, tell me about those.
Would you do these 2 for 25? So save me $5.
I can do 27.
27?
Yeah.
I'll do 27. Yeah, thanks.
One of the interesting things about the Nintendo Switch is just the absolute massive amount of third-party controllers that are Nintendo licensed that have these cool designs. Like here you've got this Pokemon Pikachu, design here that's really cool, as well as this Super Mario design controller here as well. I've wondered about the reliability of these controllers over time in terms of will they break apart, really quickly, or will they be collectible in a number of years? The people will be looking for all of the different controller variants from Power A. Will that be a subset of collecting? I'm sure it will. Everything's a subset in the collecting world. Oh my gosh. Okay, so these are all press kits? So I just picked up some incredible stuff. This is someone who is selling some collectibles related to a few video game series, one-of-a-kind type items. I felt like I had to pick them up. This is the Persona 4 Arena press kit, and this is something that would have maybe been sent out to journalists while they were getting to review the game, or just to promote and hype up the game in general. This is the game that it's promoting, Persona 4 Arena Ultimax. Let's open the box and take a look inside. So for starters, I gotta cover this up because there's a naughty word on it, but there's this little bag here that it comes with. Looks like just a general tote bag. There is a pillow, pretty cool to see the 2 sides of this particular character, and a Persona 4 Arena Ultimax card. There is this keychain. That's so cool. From Persona 4 Golden. Well, that's cool. That, I believe, would be for the PlayStation Vita. That is cool. Oh, check that out. Perfect for the Vita collectors like me. We have a pair of socks. Let's take those out. Oh my gosh. Look at these. These are crazy. So here's a pair of Persona socks. And then we've got something in here. What is this? A set of glasses that are in here. They say Atlus and Sega on the inside of them. Oh, and they've got these Persona colors here on the outside too, as well as this Persona Arena Ultimax glasses case. That is just so cool. It's so wild. Judgment is sort of like taking the Yakuza template and applying it. I'm not sure if they're in the same universe, but Lost Judgment is the sequel that came out after Judgment, and with that came this awesome little pin set. So you have these 6 different pins that are from the Lost Judgment game that represent aspects of the game. The last press kit comes to us, also another Atlus game called 13 Sentinels Aegis Rim. I believe this is a vanillaware game. If you have the launch edition on the PS4, it comes with the game, the slipcover, and an art book. This is a visual novel with mechs and strategy elements. So the first thing with the press kit on this is this Mecha Munchies 13 Sentinels Aegis Rim bag. Let's open it up and see what's inside. So we've got a postcard promoting the game. So you have this 13 Sentinels apron. Also we got this little guy to hold some hot pots and pans. How about these cooking mittens for hands that are maybe a little smaller than mine. We have a placemat and a 13 Sentinels Aegis Rim. I don't know what this is. It looks like some kind of a maybe something you construct or something. I'm not sure I want to crack the plastic on it, which I know it's terrible of me, but there it is.
You made 35 each.
35 each.
Yeah.
That's probably more than I can do. Have you played this before? It's actually...
You want me to go kill like Abraham Lincoln or whatever?
No, definitely not. This game fills bargain bins everywhere. Still does and did a long time ago. I actually quite like the game. It's a strategy game, kind of like XCOM, except for it has a steampunk design and art style to it, where you're sort of like Abraham Lincoln fighting aliens, I think, or something that only video games would do. I would have bet the farm on this one being a popular or beloved game for the Nintendo 3DS. If you don't have it in your 3DS collection, it's cheap, and I think it's worth getting. I never see certain games, and then I'll see like the same random one. I've seen like 2 of these today. Normally, I've literally never seen this game before.
You keep talking like...
So on my way out, I gotta stop at this other reseller's booth. I've found a ton of great stuff from him in the past. Today was no exception. One game that he did have for sale that I ended up passing on that I actually regret is Splinter Cell on the 3DS. How much? 15? Now, I really like the Splinter Cell series. In particular, Chaos Theory really grabbed me, and I just thought that the single-player campaign was great. People loved the Spies vs. Mercs multiplayer, which I believe is long gone and no longer active. But as a single-player game, the gameplay, the stealth mechanics, it's sort of the upper tier of its genre next to Metal Gear. And, you know, if Metal Gear was too story-heavy, Splinter Cell didn't have enough story, but gameplay-wise, they both are a lot of fun to play. Playing it on the current version of the Xbox, it looks beautiful in 4K. One thing I didn't pass on was this copy of Marvel Ultimate Alliance 2. How much?
8?
8? Cool.
Here is one that has been going up in value quite a bit. Let's take a look. Don't want to crash all of these games over.
Peter Jackson's King Kong, the official game of the movie. I recently tried playing this game from my own collection and ended up selling it because I just did not like it at all. It's a first-person shooter with kind of adventure elements to it, where you basically play out the story of the movie. I think even some of the voice acting in the game is just movie clips from the actual movie itself. This was, I think, a launch title on the Xbox 360. I remember when it came out, a lot of people bought it on the original Xbox as opposed to the Xbox 360. If you like the movie and are a huge fan and you love Jack Black and Peter Jackson, well, hey, great.
What's this guy going for? No price.
How much on King Kong? 8. Deal. So I'm peeking through the games and seeing what's there, and as I'm looking through, I find that some of the games are sealed. One of which is Tekken Tag Tournament 2. He had this game out for $25. Now, value-wise, I saw some places listing and selling this for around $50 or so, and in other places I saw it for $30. So I don't know really what the value is, but $25 for a sealed copy of Tekken Tag Tournament 2 was a good deal. But wait, there's more. He had a couple more copies of it.
3 of them.
3 sealed copies of Tekken Tag Tournament 2, $25 each. I got them all. And one game I've skipped in the past but decided to grab today was King of Fighters 12 for the PS3. This game is complete. The sticker on it says $30. I just noticed that the value of this keeps on going up, and this one, because it's complete and has the manual, I decided to get it and give it a playthrough. Every time I've played King of Fighters, I like that, as a Street Fighter player, it's pretty easy to take to the mechanics in the game. I'm sure it's a lot more deep than the way that I'm playing it. Probably my favorite fighting game series is Street Fighter, just because I understand the combos and the controls a lot better. I don't know where this one ranks in terms of the other games in the series, but $30, why not? $30, I was like, I want you to do better, so. So $20 off, or sorry, $10 off if I get all of it. Yeah, that's great. Awesome.
I have a King of Fighters PS1 and PS2.
Yeah.
But those I have in my house because I play.
Do you play any of these games? Or you just mostly just
No,
sell?
all of them. No, all of them. Just this one.
Nice. Cool. All right, 110. Let's do it.
All right.
Hey, I'm on the last part here.
Okay, I was just checking in to say hi.
Love you.
Sorry.
It's okay. So I'm done with all my purchases and I'm literally leaving to go to my car when Luis says hello. I'm here with a legend right now. Look at this man.
In my own mind.
He was a seller at Frankensons for years. Austin 316, is that a Bible verse?
Yes.
And he says, hey, I've got something for you. What is this?
This is a vintage Ninja Kid keyring
Dude.
from Japan.
How cool is this?
Look at that thing. That is sweet.
It's got a little bell on it.
This is so awesome. This is one of the most prized things in my collection.
And it was between you and Ricky. I've had it for about 5 years.
Whoa.
And don't do me no good. So this is for you.
Oh, come on.
Even though it could have gone to me or Ricky, I'm glad that I was able to have this. It will stay in my collection forever.
Dude, thank you so much.
No problem.
Fist bumps on that. Cheers.
Louis, thank you so much, and all the best to you and your family. That's it. Another fun, awesome, exciting, delightful, adorable morning here at the swap meet. Thanks for checking out the adventures of walking around and looking at all this stuff, or as a buddy of mine said, I just like to watch you go shopping, which was a thing that a friend of mine said. Please subscribe, like, whatever, comment. I'm just glad you're here, and you have yourself a lovely rest of your day.